Warmest greetings to all of you. Welcome to Craft Your Future, the channel dedicated to sharing knowledge for holistic personal growth through inspiring books. Today, Craft Your Future is thrilled to share with you a book by an author revered as the closest thing to a saint, Louise Hay. This book is for those still grappling with anxiety, enduring physical and emotional pain, struggling with difficulties and pressures, denying themselves, and yet to tap into the immense inner strength within. The magic of life is already within you. First, let's dive into the miraculous life of a woman named Louise Hay and discover what she reveals to unlock your profound inner power and transform your entire life. Louise Hay was born and raised in the United States. She endured hardships unimaginable to most. At 1.5 years old, her parents divorced. Her mother remarried, but this new life offered no hope. Instead, it plunged Louise deeper into darkness. Her stepfather frequently abused and beat her from a young age. The Great Depression of the 1930s further trapped her in extreme poverty. Yet, the worst was still to come. At just 5 years old, a drunken neighbor raped her. Though justice was served and the perpetrator punished, fear and trauma haunted her childhood. She lived with bone-deep pain, mental torment, physical abuse, and the misery of poverty piling up around her. Unable to endure the harassment and violence at 15, she dropped out of school, left home, and fled from it all. She worked as a waitress in a small diner. Desperate for love, she gave herself easily to others. At 16, she gave birth to a child but, unable to provide, had to give the baby up. Afterward, Louise wandered, seeking work, and by chance became a model. Perhaps because of her beauty, she married a refined English gentleman, as she had dreamed. She thought marriage had saved her life, so she lived cautiously during those years. However, the good times didn't last. After 14 years, the marriage crumbled when her husband was unfaithful. This shock nearly broke her completely, but she refused to stay in that abyss forever. She resolved to study psychological healing, and within 3 years, she became a counselor. During this time, she wrote books, helped countless people, and became an expert in the field. Just when life seemed back on track, a devastating blow struck like lightning. She was diagnosed with cervical cancer, an incurable disease at the time. She was overwhelmed with anguish. Why do misfortunes always follow me? Yet, ultimately, she realized the deep-rooted reason she couldn't escape these hardships and found a way to rise above. Louise began actively applying a series of self-healing methods. Astonishingly, these didn't involve surgery or finding the right doctor or medicine, but focused on healing her deep psychological wounds and cleansing her body. After 6 months, a miracle happened. At her follow-up visit, doctors confirmed all cancer cells had vanished completely. Later, Louise became an internationally renowned healer, author, and speaker. She lived to 91, pioneered the concept of holistic health, founded the self-healing movement, and helped millions transform their mental and physical well-being, elevating their quality of life. So, what did she do to create such a miracle and completely change her destiny? Truly, this miracle doesn't require supernatural powers. Anyone can achieve it. It's revealed in Louise Hay's iconic book, which Craft Your Future shares with you today, You Can Heal Your Life, translated into Vietnamese as Chua Land Noi Dao. Published in 132 countries, translated into 42 languages, it topped the New York Times bestseller list for 50 weeks. If your life is shrouded in anxiety, plagued by illness, fear, stress, pain, and self-denial, Louise Hay will show you that it's because you haven't deeply explored or understood your life's core mission. You haven't seriously pursued it. This mission is to love yourself. This answer may seem too simple, even cliched to many. But the issue, for most, is that while the principle is clear, they can't act on it because they don't know where their problem lies or how to truly love themselves. So, may this book help you understand and awaken the power within, enabling you to overcome all obstacles, pierce through the darkness, heal your mind, health, and body, and dramatically transform and recreate your life. So, What are your common struggles? At the start of the book, Louise Hay shares two key insights. First, our life experiences are created by our thoughts and words. How we see ourselves shapes who we become. This means whatever we believe, our subconscious accepts, and our current experiences are our own creation. Recall Louise's painful memory of being abused by a drunken neighbor as an innocent victim. Yet, she heard others say she was partly to blame. Why didn't the abuser target other girls, but her? This thought gradually seeped into her subconscious, making her question, did I do something wrong? She also feared that, after his release, the abuser would seek revenge because her testimony led to his conviction. At school, her classmates came from middle-class or wealthy families, dressed neatly, while Louise wore tattered clothes and carried an odor. This sparked feelings of inferiority and shame. Once, at a school party, her first time tasting cake, she watched others eagerly take pieces, some getting 2 or 3, while she stood timidly aside. By the time her turn came, the cake was gone. This reflected Louise's mindset. She believed she didn't deserve nice things, so she didn't demand her share or tell the teacher she missed out, silently enduring instead. With this self-denying mindset, Louise grew into a woman who didn't know how to love herself. The men she dated were either womanizers who shirked responsibility or abusers like her stepfather. If someone showed her a hint of kindness, she'd fall deeply in love, even aborting pregnancies or bearing children for them without valuing herself. Even in her proper marriage to the English businessman, her actions and thoughts couldn't escape her deep-seated inferiority. The sense of unworthiness clung to her profoundly. Only when diagnosed with cancer did she fully awaken. She realized her cancer stemmed from deep-seated resentment she'd harbored for years. She resented her father for abandoning her as a child, her mother for giving her an unhappy childhood, her stepfather for his cruelty, the drunken abuser, the irresponsible boyfriend, and the unfaithful English husband. In truth, it wasn't others or her misfortunes that broke her marriage or brought illness. It was herself. The resentment, blame, shame, and feelings of unworthiness she held for years were the culprits. The truth we must face is, our illnesses are our own creation. In the book, When the Body Says No, renowned Dr. Gabor Mate, based on years of research, points out, suppressing thoughts and emotions, failing to say no, not recognizing negative thoughts, or expressing anger creates immense psychological pressure. Unseen inner truths disrupt physiological balance and immunity, leading to various physical symptoms. Similarly, economist turned yoga and meditation master Michael Singer, in The Untethered Soul, asserts, negative thoughts and emotions are like toxic streams, clogging the body's energy flow, eventually manifesting as illness over time. From science, psychology, or spiritual awakening, the message is clear. Body and mind are one. If your body shows signs of illness or health issues, it's time to examine yourself. In her counseling, Louise Hay worked with diverse people, each feeling their life was troubled. Some had health issues like chronic insomnia or headaches. Others faced relationship struggles, feeling criticized or pressured by others. Some had financial woes, unable to save or make ends meet. Others felt lost in life, unsure of their purpose, missing opportunities, or facing constant obstacles. Louise patiently listened to their troubles and losses, analyzing the thoughts trapping them. She realized many problem surface appearances weren't their true causes. For example, many tried to lose weight for years without success, blaming their weight for missed opportunities, believing their poor image caused their misfortunes. But is weight truly the root of all unhappiness? No. Excess weight is merely an external result of a deeper issue, often fear and a need for protection. When feeling unsafe, anxious, or inadequate, many overeat uncontrollably, neglecting their health. This is how they use food to shield and soothe themselves, unaware of it. To change your life state, you must courageously face your issues. Louise says most problems in our bodies and lives stem from 4 harmful habits: resentment, blame, fear, and guilt. Resentment, when accumulated long-term, corrodes the body, increasing the risk of cancers. Blame, criticism, or dissatisfaction with others, if frequent, can lead to arthritis, especially in finger and wrist joints. Hands represent how we embrace life's experiences, while wrists and elbows reflect flexibility in changing life's direction. Stiff joints signal trapped negative emotions, stubbornness, inflexibility, and lack of forgiveness in shifting perspectives. What about fear? Fear of anything can easily cause hair loss or gastritis. Hair loss ties closely to mental stress. Stress sends tension from the shoulders to the scalp, tightening it, constricting pores, and causing hair loss. If the scalp can't relax, follicles stay closed, preventing new hair growth, leading to baldness. Stress often stems from inner weakness and insecurity. Gastritis results from prolonged anxiety and fear, often from thoughts like, I'm not rich enough, not good enough, not powerful enough, not famous enough, not secure enough, or fear of others seeing your flaws. These deep fears disrupt the digestive system, causing ulcers. Lastly, guilt, dissatisfaction with oneself, leads to suppression. For example, many suffer chronic coughs without clear causes, seeking doctors and remedies everywhere. But Louise says coughing is a way to explore oneself, originating in the throat, which represents speaking up and affirming oneself. It signals restriction, feeling you lack the right to act, fulfill deep desires, or defend yourself. This suppression inflames the throat, causing hoarseness or speech loss. The throat also represents creativity and freedom. When restricted, it feels uncomfortable. Many spend their lives unaware of true freedom, striving to please parents, partners, or bosses, following others' wishes without pursuing their own. This self-denial and shame make tonsillitis common. Guilt also stems from failing to bring true joy to oneself, unable to give yourself love, instead chasing fleeting pleasures or self-deception. The heart, symbolizing love, contracts and grows cold, while blood, representing joy, slows, leading to anemia, chest pain, and heart disease risks. In short, you must explore your inner self and confront the hidden negative emotions within. Are you carrying childhood traumas, family conflicts, or grudges? Do you set high expectations for others, feel dissatisfied, judge, or blame them? Are you secretly envious or feel inadequate? Are you anxious about money, fearing you won't find your ideal job or gain approval from parents or others? And deep down, do you fear loss or death? Louise conveys a vital message. No matter your problem, the only way to heal and transform your life is to start with one thing: loving yourself. This is the core mission each of us must fulfill in this life. But how do you love yourself correctly to create positive change? What does it truly mean to love yourself? Many mistakenly think it means always keeping yourself happy, leading to dualistic thinking, craving only good things, hating the bad, seeking only what benefits them, and fearing harm. However, loving yourself includes accepting and healthily processing negative emotions. Others believe loving yourself is indulging every desire, even unhealthy ones, or thinking you must achieve perfection or grand successes to deserve self-love. These are misconceptions. Louise says a person who loves themselves first recognizes their resistance to change and lets it go. What are you resisting? There are things you should do to change, but delay or fail to complete, like maintaining positive habits, sleeping early, waking early, exercising regularly, eating healthily, learning new skills, reading daily, managing emotions, and so on. Simply put, resistance manifests as laziness, procrastination, insecurity, dependency, or weak willpower. Why do you resist? Deep within, you have psychological needs, craving love, success, power, security, or others' approval. Yet, the universe's secret is, the more you crave, the less you experience true happiness, abundance, or love. Craving breeds anxiety, fear of loss, disappointment, insecurity, dissatisfaction with yourself, and over-expectation of others. This sparks issues like obesity, illness, poverty, alcoholism, smoking, gaming addiction, oversleeping, phone addiction, strained relationships, unfulfilling love lives, or boring jobs. The more you dwell in this state, the more you resist change. That's why many know their problems but can't change, a paradox. Only by observing your resistance can you gently create a rich, abundant, loving life experience. Louise advises observing resistance in 3 ways. First, it appears in daily behaviors, like procrastinating on tough tasks and choosing easier ones. Second, it's in your words, like denying, "I don't have time, this environment isn't right, it's their fault, I know, but it's too hard, I can't do it." Finally, resistance lies in thoughts like, "Why am I too old, too ugly, too fat, too thin, too short, too good?" Explore your insecurities, or even excessive self-praise and criticism of others, which can reflect a hidden inferior ego. These are the first crucial steps to return to a self that loves itself. Next, a self-loving person lives in the present. Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh, a mindfulness expert, spent his life emphasizing, "The past is gone, the future hasn't arrived, the only thing we have is the present." Yet, most are trapped in the past, if bound by what's gone. Even recognizing negative resistance makes sustaining positive change hard. The next step to truly transform your destiny is to free yourself from the past. Don't let it block your path to living fully in the present, as it only prolongs your pain. Louise found the best way to release the past is forgiveness. Forgiving others is forgiving yourself. Letting go of resentment and blame through forgiveness is an absolutely vital step in healing and transforming your life. Why? All relationships with others are mirrors reflecting you. Psychology shows projection is an unconscious defense mechanism where your subconscious desires and thoughts are transferred outward without your awareness. Until you recognize and adjust what your subconscious projects, what you receive is the rawest version of yourself projected outward. For example, when a relationship ends, if you think the other person was unfair, you're projecting anger. If you think they're unforgiving, you're projecting your own forgiveness. Ultimately, who they are is your guess, but in that projection, you've fully reflected yourself. Resentment or forgiveness, blame or compassion. Your judgments of others are your essence. If someone criticizes, blames, or is hard to please, look into your soul. Do you also criticize others and find it hard to be satisfied? Understanding this frees you from a victim mindset, granting a neutral perspective, the third eye, a divine view, seeing things from a higher, fairer vantage point. This helps you avoid personal biases, release pain and limitations, and forgive others easily. Forgiving others is compassion for yourself. Others are mirrors showing you yourself. You may think how you treat others determines their response, but truly, how you treat yourself shapes how others treat you. If you're insecure and ashamed, you'll be oppressed or bullied. If you ignore your needs, you'll be abandoned. If you fear others will stop loving you, they will. Conversely, if you love yourself deeply, you'll find a partner who loves you. How you treat your thoughts and actions creates energy, beliefs, and projections that shape your destiny. As psychologist Carl Jung said, your subconscious controls your life, but you call it fate. Ultimately, Louise's logic highlights the core of transforming your destiny, changing the thought patterns ingrained in your subconscious. How? By affirming yourself. Declare to yourself, "I am sovereign, I am free, I master my thoughts and emotions, I am wonderful, I deserve the best in life, I am love in my vast life. Everything is perfectly aligned, complete, and whole. I believe a power far greater than me flows through my body every day, hour, and minute. I open my heart to wisdom. I know in this vast world, there's one universal wisdom holding all answers, solutions, healing methods, and new creations. I trust this power and wisdom. Everything I need to know is revealed. Everything I need arrives at the right time, place, and order. In my world, all is well. True joy comes to me. I love myself more each day. I am love, unconditional love." This is how to affirm yourself daily. Speak these powerful, energizing words. When your subconscious believes good things have happened, the external world will manifest these thoughts into reality. For a happy life, have happy thoughts. For a prosperous life, have prosperous thoughts. For a loving life, have loving thoughts. True prosperity starts with feeling, I am wonderful. It's also freedom to decide what to do and when. Prosperity isn't about money, but a state of mind. Wealth or poverty reflects your inner thoughts. To change the external, change the internal, your thoughts, words, and self-expression. Only then will external change follow. Trust that affirming and accepting yourself now is the key to positive transformation. When we truly love ourselves, life flows smoothly. Louise advises, don't just think silently, it's not enough. Speak affirmations aloud. You are not wish to be. I am love, not I want to be loved. I am abundance, prosperity, not I want to be rich or earn lots of money. I am healthy, not I want to be free of illness. Saying you want or need sows negative beliefs in your subconscious, affirming, I am unhappy, lacking, or sick. Wanting implies lack. These negative beliefs trap you in a cycle of resisting change, fueling anger, blame, resentment, and fault-finding. The external world will reflect similar experiences back. When diagnosed with cancer, Louise fully awoke from her subconscious-driven trance. Changing her thought patterns and mindset, she overcame death's door through powerful affirmations. She followed the healing energy flow, honestly observing herself, reading her body's signals to reflect her soul, releasing resistance to change, stopping procrastination, complaints, and self-denial. She eliminated all hatred, freed herself from the past, reconnected with loved ones, and ceased blaming anyone. Not only did she forgive, but she became grateful for all. Through this cleansing of body and soul, she created a miracle, no more illness, becoming a healer helping millions. Her life became smooth, joyful, prosperous, and happy. That miracle was simply knowing how to truly love herself. We've reached the end of today's sharing. Here, ask yourself, how much do you love yourself? To love yourself, first, stop denying yourself, blaming or criticizing others. Your life's problems stem from mental patterns formed long ago. Without consciously practicing and changing them, they'll follow you forever. Resolve to release all resistance to truly change, forgiving everyone. Only by understanding this can we be free. Blaming others means refusing responsibility for ourselves. Let the past truly pass. Don't dwell on how great your pain is. It no longer matters. You can start changing right now, today. You can live fully in the present. Control over your life is in your hands. You've just forgotten your inner power to transform everything. Now remember, return to being you, a person who loves themselves. Look in the mirror often and say, I love you. I truly love you. May we all be ready to embrace this life's mission, loving ourselves. You can reshape your entire destiny. Sending you all the greatest love. Thank you for listening. If this video was helpful, share it with those who need it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for our weekly videos. Once again, thank you, and see you in the next videos.